So I just accomplished one of my biggest goals that I set out to do in 2023, which was to save $100,000. I have this saved throughout my Roth IRA accounts, my 401k account, and my two savings accounts. Now, if you're a low income earner and thinking, oh, you can't save money, you can't invest it, yes, you can. Let me share with you some statistics, okay? One in four people who make upwards of $200,000 live paycheck to paycheck. That's crazy. And if you're looking at just the average person in America, it's around 65% of people who live paycheck to paycheck. These results get a lot worse if you look at professional athletes because around 80% of them go broke after just 3 years of retirement. But I'm going to share with you 7 steps in order to make sure you don't end up like any of these statistics. And you owe it to yourself, you owe it to your spouse, your family, to not be living paycheck to paycheck. Let's go. Step number 1. If you don't do any of the other steps, I hope you do this one because it is the most important one. It is to track where your money is going. You could do this automatically or manually. And automatically, it would be where you download an application. There's tons of them, and I'll throw them up on screen. But these applications link to your bank account information, and whenever you buy something, it tracks it for you automatically. I don't like doing that. I do it manually. So after I buy something, I take 5 seconds out of my day and type in the information of what I just bought and put it on my phone. You can do it manually by also using an application. I use Spending, or you could do it through an Excel spreadsheet, or if you're like an old-fashioned guy, if you're a boomer, you could do it with just pen and paper. Just mark out whatever you bought, and that's that. But please, know where your money is going. I bet if you start to do this, you would be surprised at how much you spend eating out. You would be surprised at how much you spend just on gasoline or shopping for clothes. Please do number 1. Step number 2. Do you really need it? Ask yourself this whenever you're online shopping or shopping in real life and you see a product that you really like. Ask yourself, hey, is this going to improve my life in a significant way? Will I use this product once a month, maybe once a week at least? And if the answer is no, why buy it? Why spend your hard-earned money to buy that product? I don't care if it's shoes, a purse, a new phone, a new camera. You gotta wait and think if you really need that item. Maybe you could call mom, dad, aunt, uncle. Hey, does it make sense to buy this item? 80% of the time, it's gonna be a heck no. Now, I also have a 2-day grace period on items that are like thousands of dollars, whether it be a new car or a vacation or a new phone, which is like 1.2 thousand now, which is crazy. I have a 2-day grace period, and that's where I wait 2 days. And if my mind is not really thinking of it, if I kind of forgot about that item, then guess what? I just saved myself $1,000 because what I was gonna buy 2 days ago didn't really matter anyway. Step 3. Don't eat out as much. Now, you can meal prep on Sunday and have meals for Monday all the way through Friday. Of course, you're going to be eating the same thing every lunch and every dinner, but it saves you a tremendous amount of money, and I know some of you, you need to be saving that amount of money. Only go out on maybe special occasions, and if you do really need to go out and you don't have enough time to make food, you can probably go to your nearest Chipotle or El Pollo Loco. I really endorse those two restaurants because they are good food. It's not fast food, and it's pretty cheap for the amount of food that you get. I asked for double everything on my Chipotle burrito, and it stacks, bro, and it's under $10. Number 4, do not spend a lot of money on clothing. It is very unnecessary. The name brands mark up their products so high just because you're wearing the name, like Nike or Adidas, for example. Where you should be getting your clothes are at Costco, Target, Walmart, just to name a few. I have personally not spent any money on clothing in about a year. I have a pretty good wardrobe and I do not plan on increasing it. And just the average person only wears about 15% of their clothing that they have. And I know it is very true to me. So it is pointless to go out and buy clothing every month. Just pointless at all. Number 5, this is more of investing rather than saving your money. And you can do that through a Roth IRA account or a 401k account. Now, 401k accounts are more for employers. If they offer this, they typically have like a 3, 4, maybe a 5% match. And whatever match that they have, you better input the same amount of percentage to that account to maximize your profits, because that is just free money that they are giving you. Like, for example, if they have a 5% match, and let's say 5% is $50 out of your paycheck, you better put that $50 into that account so they match it by $50 as well. So that's $100 going into that account, and $50 of that is free because they matched it, right? I hope you understand. But let's say you don't have a 401k account and you don't have an employer that gives one out. You can also use a Roth IRA account. I use Vanguard for my Roth IRA account. You could also use Fidelity or Charles Schwab's. Those are the three main big trusted companies that do Roth IRA accounts. And in my accounts, I have VFIAX, VOO, and VTI. Those are my three biggest investments on my Roth IRA account. Now, a Roth IRA account, it is a really good account because it's a retirement account, first of all. So don't plan on taking out your money until you retire, which is, I think, 64 years old, possibly. But when you take your money out of that account, you do not get taxed in it. Like a normal brokerage account that you invest in stocks, you get taxed on your earnings. But the earnings that you make in a Roth IRA account, you will not get taxed on it. And that is the beauty of a Roth IRA account. Make sure you max it out though, which is $6,500 as of today. It might increase over time to $7,000, but a year right now to max it out is $6,500. Make sure to do that. Number 6, have a emergency fund. At least 3 months of your living. If you can, make it 6 months of your living. People who live paycheck to paycheck can't do this, obviously, because they can't save up money. So let's say they get a flat tire. They have a unexpected expense that goes over $500. They're not gonna be able to make the payment, man. Like, they're gonna have to take on so much debt and are gonna have such a hard time paying off that debt because they do not know how to save or invest their money, and they're not gonna have a fun time. But you, on the other hand, you're gonna have 3 to 6 months of your spending saved up, and if you have an emergency expense, you can do it very easily. 7, you gotta say no to people. Let's say your friends invite you out to the club, to the beach, to Disneyland, and you want to focus on saving money, but you also want to go with your friends. You gotta put yourself first. At least a lot of the times you do. You have to be able to say no to your friends, to your family, on whatever event it is. Unless it is a super important event that means a lot to your friends and family, it's okay to say no sometimes. If you made it this far in the video, well, just thank you, first of all. But I really hope you put these steps into action, and I promise you, if you do these steps, if you put these into action, you will be better financially off. And I really hope that you accomplish your goals. I'm out.